time in New York to meet one of the acts that I want to work with.
The way it works is I've picked 2 people. You're one of them.
So you're our manager?
Yeah. The second winner is a male singer called James Collins. Hello? How are you doing?
I can see now.
Yeah, very good.
That's my house. Oh my god.
You're my girl. So.
Thank you.
I cannot wait to get started. So 2 weeks into this management deal, the phrase that keeps cropping up to me all of the time is do less better. I know that doesn't make grammatical sense, but I keep noticing this with all of the artists that are coming through, and very much is the case when you've got bands which are trying to get somewhere, is they're trying to do everything all at the same time. And so this idea of doing less things to a much higher standard and doing the simple things to a world-class standard, I think that's where my role is really fitting in at the beginning, is how do we streamline things, take certain things away from them, how to delegate stuff, whether that's to me or to someone else, figure out what it is that we're trying to achieve. So the first couple of weeks has been really interesting because one of the big things that we needed to do was figure out what is it that we're working towards in the next couple of months, and where do I fit into it, into the role of the whole things. So I started putting some documents together. So I've got this, I made a one-page statement of fact, basically what are the expectations. And I think this is quite important when you're looking for a manager, or someone comes along and says, I want to manage your act. It's like, well, what are they going to do? One thing that's been really clear is both James and the guys from Television Skies have slightly different goals, targets, aims and objectives, and skills. And so it's really becoming clear that Television Skies things is looking very visual. So therefore it needs a certain amount of kind of style, visuals, branding. With James's thing, it's really clear that he can really churn out these high standard songs. So then it's like, well, what we need to do is we need to start thinking about co-writes, how much he's writing, how we're going to get these either recorded or put out. So we're kind of working on different strategies, which is quite interesting. So we've done this kind of expectations, how we communicate, because I feel like the only way this is going to work is if we're a team. So for James and I, like, we communicate on a kind of daily basis via WhatsApp. We have a Skype once a week, and it's up to me to hold them all accountable to what we're trying to achieve, if that makes sense.
You do seem to have your camera out one more time.
Yeah. I want to know what's going on, Damian. I'm trying to document this, but you're always working.
Yeah, sorry.
What is going on?
Okay, so I've set Television Skies a challenge, and that challenge, well, a 2-part challenge, which is to put together a mood board. I'm a big advocate of this. I don't think bands and artists think about this stuff enough. So the challenge is to put a mood board together where, probably on Pinterest, which is the easiest place to do it, where you can pin things to the board, and it's to create the world of you and the history and how you've got to this point, what you stand for, who you are. And the way you do that is you look at people you're inspired by. It could be people, it could be artists, it could be musicians, but then on top of that you could put in there things like colors or brands, or you could put things like fonts, companies, inspirational quotes. You could literally put anything that you want into this mood board to kind of create the world of you as such. So then when you're thinking about your social media, you can start to dip into this world and start to take inspiration from the world rather than just taking inspirational from an artist or a band that you like, if that makes sense. So when I Skyped Television Skies and they were showing me their mood board, it was quite interesting because it was really good for me then to see well into their world. They've got some real 80s influence in there, which you can hear in the music with the synths, but also you can see with the way they edit their videos and the graphics. And for me, it wasn't enough. It's like, if that's a thing, we've got to make it a big thing, rather than just have this real subtle stuff that people may or may not notice. Why don't we go out for it? So we've done the mood board, we've got the mood board. The next thing is how we can actually implement that into the photo shoot. So I'll set them the challenge of actually doing a bunch of photo shoots so we can see how they get on, and then learn from that and do the next batch. So let's see how they get on with that.
I comply with your eyes, repeating the lies, and yesterday you said that everything dies. They said you were wise, but nothing will last. Past the emotional, faster than most, and the motion is lost in the ocean I crossed. There is no solution replacing the cost of pain and exhausting nights that we spent in the doghouse over and over. And now what I realize after the fact is that everything's honest. We hold ourselves back. It's a fine line, they say, between what is violent and what is called play. But I want to blur it. I think I prefer it to something that hurts me every day. We only met by happy chance when something changed. I met your glance. I still remember our dance. I might have loved you, just one look, and we were deep. All those nights I couldn't sleep. I thought of you, and when we meet, oh, I might.
Got the photos back from Television Skies, and do you know what's brilliant is, A, they're great, and it really goes to show, I don't think bands take enough photos of themselves, but when they do, they just document, they just go, oh, we need to take a picture of ourselves, instead of actually putting some work into it. And for me, what's great about them is they're not now thinking about what is around that's interesting. They're going, how do we make ourselves interesting? And if we can keep doing that and think about it as like, do 100 photo shoots and each one of them just look at the 1% rule, just getting 1% better, just tweak things, just then go back, study them, then do another one, then go back, study them. Imagine what we're going to get in like 100 photos. And we've already got a bunch of stuff that we can post to socials, which is so much more. When I keep asking that question, who are Television Skies, which is the first question I ask whenever I'm with any band. Who are you? What do you stand for? So this is the place to do it.
And what's going on with James?
James is considerably less ill than you.
Oh, really? Well, I haven't taken any time off work.
No, you smashed it.
Yeah, I know. You said I could the other day, but I said no.
Yeah. Yeah, notice that I did try and send him home. James is... I had a really good chat with James last night. We were on the phone for like an hour just discussing different ideas. I want James to concentrate really hard on his writing. James has got this ability to just be able to, because he plays so many instruments, to be able to just pick up an instrument, sing a song with it, and instantly I'm like, God, that's bloody brilliant. But that isn't yet reflected in the social. So I'm like, how do we put those two things together so that it's as captivating in the socials as it is when I actually see him do it for real. So what I want him to do is, he's got a target at the moment of writing 4 songs a week. So he's putting a lot of time and effort into writing and trying to find people to do collabs and songwriting partnerships. But I've got this strategy that I think is the right strategy for James. Is because he can just pick up an instrument and sing. I think if we can get the content and videos right, it means that we should be documenting that process. So I was chatting to him yesterday, and there's a YouTuber called Reyes the Entrepreneur. I don't know if you've seen him. He's really funny. And basically, he was this guy living in his car, and then he was like, I want to be rich. And so he's documenting his journey of getting rich on YouTube and being an entrepreneur. And it's really funny because every week he'll do some crazy challenge where he just goes, right, this is what I'm going to try and do this week. Let's see how it works. And he documents the process. But what's really interesting is now he's got like 350,000 subscribers, he's getting millions of views, and all of a sudden he is definitely starting to become that entrepreneur and learning and becoming rich. So I sort of saw him when he was on about 30,000 subs, followed his journey, and now whenever a video comes out, I'm like, oh, Reyes, wonder what he's doing at the moment. Artists don't do that. What they tend to do is they go, I'm going to take it away, I'm going to polish it up, I'm going to finish it, which might take me writing 20 songs to get one to give to you, and at that point I'll finish it, and then when I'm ready I will give it to you, because that's the old school traditional way. Whereas I like the idea of going, well, if you're writing 4 songs a week, why can't we actually pick one of those songs, perform it, and say, hey, guys, this is what I've been writing, this is what I've been doing. I am on the quest to write the perfect album, to produce, or to write 200 songs. And I'm actually going to take you on the process with me over the next year or so to write those songs. So effectively, it means he's then using that mission into his content. So rather than saying, I'm a songwriter, but then I have to make loads of content on the side, we just put them both together and go, no, we're already doing the thing. We have to just find a way of actually bringing the content into the songwriting. So guys, thank you so much for watching and being a part of this journey with Television Skies and myself. I'm gonna make a change to the format of the documentary, because rather than follow me around with a video camera, because A, it's not feasible, and B, I'm shit at it. What I'd rather do is I'd rather set challenges for the boys and make that into one-off videos every second week. So we're still going to be working with them. I'm still going to be documenting what we're doing, but instead of actually following me around with a video camera, what I'd rather do is say, this is what we did, this is what we're going to do, this is what happened next, and then bring you that once every couple of weeks. So thank you so much for watching it. If you can do me a favor, if you can like, subscribe, more importantly, come and be a part of this community, because we're doing this every day and I'm so proud of watching what you guys are doing. And if you want to work with me on more of a one-to-one basis, then check out all of the details at damiankeys.com. Link is in the description. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.